Now, keep in mind that Krebs Custom is so much more than just a shop that converts and tweaks AK pattern weapons. Let's talk a little bit about this. This is a 6.5 Grendel AK. What do you think, Mark? Show us what's special about that.
Well, what we did with this one was we got an AR magwell on it, and we EDM'd out the magwell. What we did was we put a Galil style release on it, which we were then going to later turn into a button.
Okay.
So you had the ergonomics. And it also has bolt hold open because you're using an AR style mag.
That's fantastic. I love that feature.
Oh, so do I. I mean, that's the only thing that I really think the AK's missing.
Right.
Is that, because round count is dubious at best, especially when you're stressed. Unfortunately, though, the components to make this gun were way too expensive.
Okay.
And so it was a success in one respect, but
maybe not cost effective.
well, we're trying to get our guns closer to price point so like everybody can afford them, but
right.
It's not always doable if you keep the quality up, you know.
So if enough people call and bug you for one of those, you think you'd build them?
No, but I'd come after you.
Well, there you have it.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we do not want to build these. The stuff we got on our website is what we have,
Right.
and I've found in the past, when you show prototype things, people want it and all of that. If people do have opinions on this stuff, if they could just email them in, I wouldn't mind the opinions, but this is actually a 6-man shop, and or I should say 1 woman, 5 men, and you know, it gets tight, you know. I mean, we get running around. That was the first one I did, and this gun got 1.5 inches, which I was
At what
surprised.
distance was the 1.5 inches?
This was 100 yards.
100 yards, okay.
And I was a little bit surprised because of the caliber being heavier, you know, because typically 5.45s will shoot, you know, about half as big groups as,
Right.
as the 7.62 by 39 gun. And I figured, well, I mean, bullet weight, everything's really a lot the same. The thing that's changed on this is the ballistic coefficient,
Right.
which makes it cruise so far. And for the 6.8 people that are all mad, we are not against 6.8, and we will be making some 6.8 in the future. But as I said, if it's not on the website, it just didn't ready
Right now,
yet.
it's not happening.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay. Then the second one we did was to gain accuracy, and
This thing looks incredible.
this is a 6.5, and what these are on like 5-round AK mags that we modified.
Okay.
We've got some AR mags that have been converted that were 6.5 Grendel,
Okay.
and they're also doing 6.8, and we're working with D&H to make that happen so that we can get AK mags in 6.8 and 6.5. So
I suppose that would be ideal then, having the AK magazine fit the 6.5, correct?
right. I mean, ultimately,
Yeah.
I can't sit here and grind out magazines for the rest
Right.
of my life, you know. This gun is made with a system that, this is a figure 8 basically, and what happens is all the thrust that imparts on the barrel now just transfers the impulse down to here, because this is where the lock is, down here.
Okay.
This tube would slide right through it otherwise, okay? And that in combination with a free float tube, and free float tubes just mess you up if you're using a regular gas gun. The gun typically will shoot worse than it did.
Okay.
Sometimes it will not, but for the most part, and it was like I was telling you about earlier about shooting off a bench with an AK, if you got it on a hard mount, that barrel's gonna tweak more.
Right.
Anyway, I sent this to Anton Votnitsky, who is an excellent shooter, and because I can't shoot what this gun can do, And I mean, I could get a 1/2 inch at 100 if I'm really working it, but this gun got 2.2 inches at 467 yards.
And that's just flat out incredible.
I was very happy with it. I've been
that's
trying to make an accurate, attack driver AK forever, and the more people would talk about it, the more it'd piss me off, the more I'd want to do it.
And just to be clear, he didn't test that out at 3 yards in a range in the back room. He tested it out at real distance.
Well, Tim Harmson was the first one to actually shoot it, and he got that right off the bat. And then, but I wanted to see about long distance shooting, and because Tim can shoot good, Anton can shoot real good, and consistently is what
Right.
you need. Then we made a version. Both of these are on machine receivers, by the way. We made this, and this gun didn't print nearly as good, but we were kind of maxing out the barrel length on twist rate.
Right.
And I was a little disappointed. Then he switched to the 100 grain Burger bullets in 6.5, and this thing produced the same groups. Now, this did not get shot at long range, but it produced a 1/2 inch group at 100 yards.
That's still very
In fact,
good.
he put a 10 shots through a hole that was, it was incredible shooting.
And out of a weapon that typically is known for not being the most accurate, that's pretty cool.
I was. This is something I'd been striving for a long time. At one point, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get it.
Right. Well, here it is in your hands, right?
Yeah. Well, I've done a 308, and that didn't work out so good. But I'm not done. But when you do this type of stuff, it takes you out of your regular daily, and you have to pay attention to that as well.
Right. Right.
So. But these are things we got in the future that may mature for us when we can find a better technique for manufacturing, different things like that. That's what we've really been striving to do here lately.
And I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I'm not just trying to patronize you. I really, really like what you do here.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, we're interested in what we do.
Yeah. And then the same can't be said about certain shops. It's more of a front. You know what I mean? They make guns, but they don't like guns like we like it.
Well, there's a difference.
Yeah.
And right. And if you don't have any enthusiasm for it, Sean's been doing the quality control. Unfortunately, Sean's leaving us, but we got our new guy here, Tyler, who seems to be doing. He's been training for 2 months with Sean, and Sean's been showing him the ropes, and he's doing rather well. So I'm
glad to hear it, man.
So am I, because we did not need a drop in quality at this time.
And especially with the market picking up right now, I mean, you definitely can't afford to have any hiccups at this point. You just move forward and keep on rocking and rolling where you can.
Right. We need to, especially under today's climate.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by and seeing what we do and what we're all about. If you'd like to reach us, our website is krebscustom.com. We can be reached at our email, which is krebscustom@krebscustom.com, or you can reach us by phone, which is 847-487-7776. Thank you.